Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 50 of Aokana, no彼方のフォーリズム. Last time we finished off with the tournament. It was interesting, but as expected for me, but it wasn't. It was a bit more one-sided than myself and everybody else had thought. It was quite interesting how everyone's views and opinions changed, or how they will move onwards from here onwards. Firstly, we saw the interaction with Asuka and Misaki, and seeing the differences between how they took it was quite interesting. And then we obviously know Misaki is probably the one who took it the worst. And as she was leaving, we were given our, what I'm guessing is our first route decision in regards to the main choices you give in order to decide the route you want to go. After that, it was the next day, and we were going to carry on the training. We didn't run into anybody except for Mashiro, and this one was her side in a sense. Mashiro seems to be a bit more motivated as well. She was actually wanting Marcia to, well, the decision that was given was more as give her the decision to stay or not, or have Marcia give the decision to stay or not. So we're starting to slowly get there. And anyway, sorry, I'm just mumbling on now. So we were carrying on with the training, but there was only one person who didn't show up, and that was Misaki. I'm quite curious on what her current situation is, because obviously we know her mental state isn't there right now. But anyway, so the training carried on with just the two of them, which was Mashiro and Asuka. While they were busy, one person, well, ended up being two, ended up showing at their practice. First one was Shindo, and the other one was Rika. So Shindo came out and said that he would like us, or Marcia, to coach Rika and put more of an emphasis on rather than just having her join the training, it's more like him being the main coach for her. I voiced my opinion on that issue last time, but we'll see how it goes onwards, see how it will work, I guess you could say. And that's where we are right now. From what I can gather, because I chose Rika's decision, I guess you could say, we're going to be starting her routes possibly today, but it might be next time. But it's right on the corner, I'm guessing. Yeah. Again there. Let's see how this will transition. She looks like an abandoned dog right now, because Shindo's-san just left. So she's all on her own. Guess she doesn't know what to do. Well, anyway. I'm not really sure what to say. Guess I should just welcome her for now. Again, this is one thing when we were talking about her wanting to train with him. Sure, he's the coach and he does have the rights to decide. But I wonder how the other club members will take her joining. Let's do our best together, Ichinose. Why'd you fall silent? Suddenly stopped while saying my name. I always get his name mixed up between his first name and surname, because a lot of people say Hinata and some say Marcia, but I think Marcia is his surname and Hinata is his first name. So I think she probably was going to say Hinata. Wait, I can't remember how she used to refer to him. But yeah.
そうじゃなくて
Oh, probably because rather than saying his name, I'm gonna refer to him as Coach.
皆さんとその
Okay,
呼
never
び
mind.
方が違いますよね。
What? Oh, I see. True, that wouldn't have been in line with our club's rule.
はい。ちょっとずうずうしい気もしますが。
It really isn't anything that special. Well, whatever. I'm just glad she doesn't seem like an abandoned dog anymore. I wonder how she'll develop from now on. Should be exciting. Not at all. Okay, let's take this from the top. I show you my back, then repeat myself. Let's do our best together, Rika. Yeah, he's calling her Rika now instead of Ichinose. So, was Masaya his name? Anyway. So is this gonna be the... Yep, okay.
ひなたさんじゃなかった。マサヤさんにお願いして、船浜の練習に参加するようになって1週間。皆さんとも打ち解けて、充実した毎日を送っています。でも、
I don't even
ど
know
うしても
if
心のどこかに違和感があって、
okay.
それが何なのか私にもよく分かっていません。次回、
Still going.
青の彼方のフォーリズム第
But yeah,
7
so it's the end of that chapter. I wonder if there's gonna be one more chapter, then the comment, then the route, or this is their route now. Oh well, I just heard her talking just now, so I'm guessing that is. Okay, here it is. Yeah.
楽しいか
Let me just.
なさや楽しいか
Okay. So I don't know what the chapter's called. I don't know anything, so that's good. Oh wait, no. Normally there's a middle part and then there's the start of a chapter name. So I'll probably you'll see it then. But yeah, so because I heard Rika, I'm pretty sure this is the start of her route. So let's see. So Aoi's talking to Masaya here, and since I forgot, Aoi refers to him as Masaya, so Hinata is his surname. Okay. Okay, so this is from what the background looks like. It looks like it's probably in the past. Oh, it's Aoi-san. Her voice sounds really far away, but also close at the same time. Yeah.
楽しい本当かなんだか辛そうに聞こえるぞ
そんなことない飛ぶのはいつだって楽しいよ
Aoi-san looks worried about my snappy reply.
なあマサヤ私はお前に無理してまで空を飛んでほしくないと思ってる辛いことがあったんだろ言ってくれないかな私を信じてるなら
葵さん
My chest tightens, and I feel like I'm about to burst into tears. That single sentence has my emotions bubbling up. I feel like I'm about to burst. And yet, Aoi-san just continues to stare at me with that gentle look on her face.
言ってごらんよマサヤお前のバラバラになった気持ち私でよければ受け止めてやるから
Scenery before me starts to blur, and I can't come to a long overdue realization. Back then, I was holding back as hard as I could. I was constantly fighting off the emotions threatening to spill out.
マサヤさん、起きてください。
Rika? Waking him up? Whose voice is that? It's real gentle, but also slightly strained.
マサヤさん。
Oh, she's calling my name again. I know who this is. He was sleeping in the club room.
マサヤさん。
When I open my eyes, I see a beaming smile stretching out in front of me. The rest of her face, which is softly illuminated by the sun, then comes into focus. Sorry, I fell asleep. Can't believe I made that mistake. Oh? I noticed something slightly different about the club room as I look around. Clean. Oh, obviously the image doesn't still look clean, but it's so clean. Someone must have cleaned up while I was sleeping. Nothing's been moved, but the dust has been wiped from every nook and cranny. Plus, the tiny bits of garbage are now gone.
当てつけとかじゃないんですよ。ついいつもの癖ですみません。
It kind of sounds like Rika's beating herself up about this. Oh, no, I should be thanking you. We usually do some cleaning when we have to, but no one's ever put this much effort into it. It looks completely different it looks like a completely different room now.
喜んでもらえたならよかったです。
Rika smiles at me. So, what? You do all this... Oh, sorry. So what, you do all this all the time? Oh, sorry, I don't know why I was reading that so weirdly. So what, you do this all the time?
そうですね。高藤で練習する時も最初に来て掃除をするようにしています。それに久那浜に来て皆さんに教えてもらうんですから、これぐらいはして当然です。
I wonder if there's been a bit of a skip in terms of like a week, a few days since she started. I wouldn't want that because I would have actually wanted to have seen how each club member reacts to her joining. Right. Man, Rika's stupidly diligent. I can't help but chuckle. Stupidly? Can't read some of that, but I don't know how to put that, but anyway.
私、何かおかしなこと言いましたか？
Nah, not really.
それならいいんですが。じゃあ、残り片付けちゃいますね。
Thanks. Rika goes back to sweeping the floor. I gaze at her as I recall the events of the past few days. 3 days ago. It started with our first meeting after the summer tournament.
それでは、
Okay.
みんな揃ったところでミーティングを開始します。
So has it been a couple of days and everyone seems to have had no issue with it or had said anything about it. And Misaki is there looking perfectly fine and alright. Well, I'm sure we probably won't get too much into her story right now because obviously because it's been on her route. I would have liked at least a little bit of a hint. Madoka kicks off the meeting by writing on the whiteboard.
今日の議題は部長の交代と秋の大会について、そしてリカちゃんの練習参加についての3本です。
Why does this feel like a preview for next week's episode?
よろしくお願いします。皆さん、よろしくお願いしますね。
Okay. So yeah, they didn't really say much to it.
一ノ瀬さん、じゃなかった。リカさんにいろいろ教えてもらいたいです。そんな、こちらこそです。
This is a nice surprise. Rika and others have already decided to move to a first name basis.
しかしマサヤは次から次に可愛い子探してくるよね。
I'm not picking them up. Give it a rest.
はい？何の話ですか？
Look, Rika, don't bother paying attention to anything Misaki says.
こら、いきなり部員同士の関係を壊しにかかるな。
That's my line. Rika was the one who asked to join our practice. However, having her here is a huge help, so it was in our best interests to agree. The current plan is for Rika to join us for all of September, during the summer break, and then for a few several-day blocks until the fall tournament.
結構長い期間なんですね。
高藤の次期主力と練習できるのか。とてもいいことだ。
ん？青柳兄はもう引退だろう。
そうだよ兄ちゃん、まだ部活に来るつもりだった？
ぐぬ。 そうだった。俺は引退するんだよな。
I was waiting for a nga here, a particle for but he doesn't say anything about a but. One of the other topics for today is deciding who will succeed him. That is a good question. And Natch, because Masho is a no, Madoka is not really there, she's manager. The only other two obviously is Asuka and Misaki. Misaki seems like a solid choice, but with her... Can I say this? The way she goes about practice itself and her motivation isn't all there yet. I don't know. And then Asuka is obviously the newest member with the least experience, so this is a tough thing to do.
次期部長は日向くんでいいんだよね。
I forgot about the coach itself, but yeah, that's a logical choice.
ああ、俺はそう思っていたが、日向はどう考えてたんだ？
I had the exact same idea actually. I've got no real reason to refuse, and it'll make things simpler in the long run. So this seems like a good idea.
じゃあ次の部長は日向くんってことでよろしく。よろしくお願いします。
And so I'm the elected president with no objections. I'm surprised. I would have thought Misaki would have at least said something. Nice. Though when it comes to names, Prez is still Prez. You guys should just keep using my name.
あれ、そうなんだ。
Yeah, I mean, changing things up at this point would be really confusing.
それもそうだな。俺もまだ部室に来るわけだし。
部長、引退は？
Well, I mean, I don't see any harm in coming to the club room still. It reminds me of an old anime manga called Genshiken. It's just about a club and the members retire, but they still come. So it's like, I don't see any real harm in it.
じゃあ日向くんの呼び方はコーチとか日向くんのままでいいってことね。
Yeah.
じゃあ次は実は意外と早い秋の大会についてだけど。
The meeting comes to a close after we discuss our plans for the future. We decided on the objectives for the fall tournament and what we're going to do in practice.
よし、じゃあみんな怪我には気をつけてな。
We all move to leave after hearing our advisor's considerate warning.
ああ、それとマサヤ、
Ami-san calls out to me.
この後時間を作れるか？少し話があるんだが。
It feels quite interesting because we had that scene at the start with them talking. It feels familiar, but at the same time intriguing to see the difference on how everything has changed since he's passed. We've got nothing planned for the day other than this meeting, so yeah, I can.
また何か悪いことした？
So naughty is not the right word. Wadui koto is more like bad thing, or did he do something wrong again? Don't make it sound like I'm some stupid criminal, Misaki.
じゃあそっちのことについても聞くべきかな。
ええ、ぜひ聞いてあげてください。
Come on.
わざわざすまないな。
That's fine. What do you want? I already told her Rika's gonna join us for practice. She just responded with I see, and moved past it. Interesting. I would have at least like a bit more from it, but okay. But I mean, that could just be her character, I guess. I can't imagine this is about her, so I wonder what this could be.
一ノ瀬リカのことだ。
I guess it is. Oh, guess I'm an idiot. What about her?
いや、マサヤがどうして一ノ瀬を教える気になったのか、それが少し引っかかってな。
Because she asked. I've got no special reason, I swear.
そうか？頼まれたからといっても、理由がなければ断ってもよかったんじゃないのか？
Good question. Well, she's got a point. I only accepted because Rika asked, but that's hardly a good reason. Hell, logically, I should have put my players first and rejected her. That was what I was thinking, like, it wasn't... Then again, it does help provide the club with a new opponent to practice with. But yeah.
訳ありか。
Ari-san snorts.
私は倉科も飛沢も、そして有坂にしても、それぞれ面白い部分を持った選手だと思っている。
Same here.
ならば、この中の誰かを鍛えるだろう。
Oh, well, that was probably where we would decide on our main routes then.
それで、一ノ瀬の頼みを聞いた理由は？
She's got this all wrong. Sure, I agree to help Rika, but I don't plan on showing her any preferential treatment. Though, to be fair, that's clearly not what Ari-san is asking. She just wants to know why I'm inviting someone from a rival school to train with us. And that's a valid concern. Yeah, this was what I was expecting, so that's good. Basically, she's trying to gauge my motives. I think there's something similar about Rika. There's something similar.
お前に近いものか？
Sorry, let me say that again.
お前に近いものか？
So here I think, wait, I probably said in his Japanese. So I think that what they talk about in Japanese is they're referring to how she's quite close, quite similar to him, to Masaya. Because I think in the Japanese for Masaya's one it says she feels quite similar. That's quite fine here. But in the Japanese one for Aoi, she says omae ni or omae no. I don't know which one it was, but it's referring to him, to Masaya. She's like me. So now how they're saying this in Japanese? She's just affirming it, yeah. I don't know why they went that way in English, but anyway.
全くタイプは別に見えるがな。
No, that's not what I mean. I guess an outsider would see it that way. But when I look at Rika, I see the mind of someone who's been cornered. It's the mindset a person gets into when everything's going so well, but they're suddenly rendered incapable of moving on. The feeling of hitting an impassable wall. It's the feeling you get when you're walking through life's problems without a care in the world, then are suddenly forced to change something that feels insurmountable. She's been cornered without ever getting a chance to understand the situation, just like I was in the past. Or so I think. I finished explaining everything to Aoi-san.
そうか。
Aoi-san gives me a curt response as she uses a hand to keep her hair from blowing in the wind. Sorry, I know I'm pushing it.
何を言ってる。マサヤがちゃんと考えていると分かってよかった。
Aoi-san looks at me with a gentle smile on her face.
これ以上口を挟むことはない。あとはお前の好きにやれ。
Thanks. Okay, now it's a new episode. Brave Fronts. Okay. So, what do I do now? Honestly, I'm at a loss. What kind of player is Rika? What am I actually hoping to accomplish by training her? I have a vague plan in mind, but I'm not really sure it will actually suit her.
マサヤさん、考え事ですか？
Here she's more of saying, are you thinking about something right now? Rather than what do you think? Because what do you think Masaya is saying she gave a suggestion or gave something, they were talking about something, and she wants his confirmation on it.
マサヤさん、考え事ですか？
Yeah, she actually just asking, are you thinking about something? Oh, about what? Wait, what? Sorry, now because of the Japanese and English, it's confusing me. Nani? What? He's just confused in thoughts.
掃除、終わりました。
And here she's just saying, I'm done cleaning the room. I look around. I can't spot a single speck of dust on the windowsill or any of the magazines we had bunched up in the corner. Looks like she organized absolutely everything. You're as diligent as they get, Rika.
性格もありますけど、下心もありですよ。というわけで、早速いろいろと教えてくださいね。
Sure thing. I've got to pay you back for this favor, alright? As I stand up, I remember my conversation with Aoi-san. What exactly shall I be teaching this girl? Honestly, I'm still not sure.
美咲ちゃん、ちょっと左右の動きが大きくないですか？
そうかな、いつもと変わんないつもりだけど。
いえ、私もちょっと大きいと思います。いつもの美咲さんでしたら、もう少し動きが小刻みじゃないかと。
うひー、リカちゃんよく見てるね。私自分の動きとかあんま考えてないからな。
皆さん、そんなことより置いてかないでください。
You're a speeder, aren't you? The four Skywalkers are flying up in the sky. They use their free time as they're shifting from field flying to slaloms to discuss their movements.
はーい、それじゃああと3往復したら順番に下に降りてきて一旦休憩するよ。はーい。わっ、美咲ちゃん声が元気。休憩を待ち望んでいたと。まさにそんな感じですね。
Everything's going so well that you'd think they'd been practicing together for ages. I'm real glad Rika's fitting in. After practice.
さあリカちゃん、一緒に帰りましょう。はい、お待たせしました、アスカさん。仲いいね、そこ。はい、停留所も同じですし、その上可愛くてこんな感じの妹がいたらいいなーってとても思います。あ、そこまで熱烈に思われてたんですね。なんでしたらアスカお姉ちゃんって呼んでいただいても構わないくらいです。
Asuka seems to really want that to happen, but
それはごめんなさい。振られてしまいました。
残念だったね。
美咲お姉ちゃん。
無理、勘弁してください。いや、ほんとマジ勘弁。
振られちゃいました。
oh yeah, there's somebody who wants to call someone that, and here's someone who wants to be called that. Mashiro notices Asuka's gaze. Two rejected girls, brought together by their shared pain, joined together to form a new bond of...
マシロちゃん、アスカ先輩。
You're not gonna hug and agree to become sisters instead, seriously? No new bond of friendship here. Man, I don't get people. Okay.
まあ、
confusing, eh?
私はね、兄ちゃんが姉ちゃんとして生まれなかっただけでよかったなーって。
For some reason, instantly thoughts of, so you'd rather be a Budokon instead of a Siscon. Yeah, same. Something about the reverse makes me think I was seeing straight out of a horror movie. In any case, I'm just happy everyone's getting along. I was surprised there was no special transition for
いろい
Rika.
ろとすまないね、ひなたくん。
Shino-san has come to observe today's practice. He's got a lot of free time, it seems. There's no trouble, really. Honestly, I feel bad about having you come all the way out here on your day off. Oh, it's his day off, okay.
そりゃ僕は頼んだ側だからね。一ノ瀬君の頼みだったとはいえ、僕も一緒に依頼したんだし。
Shino-san's clearly a man of integrity. Kinda helps me understand how Takafuji has raised so many strong players under his leadership.
しかし意外だったよ。
About what?
君がまさかこの件を引き受けてくれるなんてね。
Well, both you and Rika have done a lot to help us out.
いや、違うね。
Huh?
たとえ義理があろうと、君は立場的に断れる状況だった。他校のコーチが大会前に取るべき行動ではないわけだし。
Yes, Shino-san has the same hang up as Aoi-san. Hang up? Never heard of
はっきり
that
言って
term.
しまうが、一ノ瀬君は選手としてそこまで特徴があるわけではない。
Yeah, I know.
スピーダーにせよファイターにせよ、彼女は一定のレベルまで器用にこなすし、総合的な能力は高いと思う。が、それゆえにどこか能力の突出した相手には弱い。そういう特化型の選手に対抗するにはまだ相当な時間がかかるだろう。
He knows a lot about her. Makes sense since he's her club president and all, I guess.
同じコーチをするにしても、短期間で考えるならば倉科君や飛沢君を教える方が面白いはずだ。ましてや彼女たちは同じ学校の生徒だ。普通ならば優先はそちらだろう。なのに君は一ノ瀬君を受け入れた。よかったらその理由を聞かせてくれないか？
Well, you see, I give Shino-san the same explanation I gave Aoi-san. He remains quiet while I speak, listening intently until I finish.
同情ではないんだろうね。だとすると彼女にとっても君にとっても辛いことになる。
It's not. I just want to make sure Rika doesn't end up hitting the same wall I did.
そうか。それなら納得だ。でも君は彼女に何を教えていくつもりなのかな？壁を破れずにいる子に破る方法を教えるのは至難だと思うけれど。
You're right. Still, I think I'm starting to figure out what I need to do. I promise it'll be fun.
わかった。それなら信頼して任せよう。
Shino-san corrects his posture.
堅物だけど可愛いうちの後輩をよろしくお願いするよ。
Ah well, this is a big responsibility.
じゃあみんな降りてきて。これから30分休憩だよ。
Marika gives the signal and everyone stops flying and lands on the beach below.
疲れた。
Misaki's landing is real sloppy, so her feet dig into the sand. She immediately drags herself over to where we left the sports drinks earlier.
みさきちゃんみたいによく動いたらご飯が美味しくなりそうですね。
Next comes Asuka, who has a relatively smooth descent. However, her balance is as off as ever, so she almost tumbles all over as she touches down on the sand.
私も美咲先輩やアスカ先輩みたいにスイスイ飛べるようになりたいな。
I think I know why they're struggling to land. They've been flying up there, they're a bit exhausted, they go and land, but when you're not landing on solid ground, you're landing on soft sand that can shift and move as you're putting your weight down. So you'll feel a bit off balance, I guess you could say. Mashiro messes up her descent, which makes one leg bend in an awkward direction as she lands. She manages to land perfectly every once in a while, but more often than not, it's a mess like this.
そっか、まだ切り返しの時に無駄が多いんだ。もっと素早く体勢を戻さないと。
Unlike the rest of the group, Rika pulls off a clean textbook landing. She descends slowly, keeping a visual on her landing place as she bends her knees to cushion the impact and absorb the shock. If I want to nitpick, there are some small issues, but it's good enough that I wish everyone would learn from her example. Still, it's so standard. Honestly, this and all the clean she does makes me think she goes by the book far too often. I mean, isn't she almost too diligent? I've thought this before, but now I'm starting to feel that part of her personality is hurting her play.
やあ、一ノ瀬くん。
部長、お疲れ様です。
Rika rushes over to Shino-san as soon as she notices.
今の部長は佐藤くんだろ？僕はもう OB だよ。
Okay, so Sato is now the president and he is retired from the club, not from Flying Circus.
その佐藤院先輩が、進藤先輩は名誉部長だから、これまで通り部長と呼ぶようにって。
参ったな。そんなこと言ってたのか、佐藤くんは。
He says that, but honestly, he doesn't seem all that bothered. We're still calling our president Prez too. Guess they must feel the same about changing things up this late in the game.
ところで、ずっと君の飛び方を見ていたけど、いつもながら飛行姿勢が綺麗だね。
ありがとうございます。
だけど、その飛び方に固執していては、ここから先の成長は望みにくいかもしれないね。
Oh, wow. Guess Shino-san's arrived at the same conclusion as me.
教科書通りに美しく飛ぶのはいいけど、FC は飛型点があるわけじゃないしね。より上を狙おうと思ったら、今までとは違う形の練習法が必要になるだろう。
それは、一体どうすれば？
それを学ぶためにここに来たんじゃないか。そうだろ、ひなたくん。
Yes.
そうなんですか？
Yeah, I've been thinking about how to best help you a lot.
楽しみだね。君がどういうことをしてくるかが。
Thanks for the pressure, Shindo-san. Shindo-san's probably got all my plans figured out already, so that comment feels kinda pointless. After that discussion, we proceed to go through the basics, have some simple mock battles, and then separate for the announce. Rika's the exact kind of player I expected. Mock battles were dogfights that lasted 3 minutes. She faced Misaki, Asuka, and Mashiro in turn. Given her experience, she dominated Mashiro, but she struggled against Misaki and even Asuka. As soon as anything unexpected happens, she gets thrown for a loop. Honestly, it's less that she doesn't know how to deal with them, and more that she can't react to anything she doesn't see coming. She's mastered the basics, and always tries to take the first option available. I'm in bed thinking back over the practice session, when I find myself remembering something SunaeVN said. I'm pretty sure this happened when Rika and I met at Iron Mall.
あの真面目な性格と才能が合わされば、我が校のような名門校でも彼女はレギュラーになれる。
I thought I was going a little bit longer, but I think I'm just gonna have it stop here today. I can tell I'm starting to lose a bit of focus in my reading. Yeah, so we started with the final confirmation that she has joined the club. Then there was a little break. So I'm just trying to think now. So yeah, okay. So we had that little talk with the beginning, and then we had that little intro. Then a little bit of a time skip. Sorry, not time skip. A few days skip. We also had that little remembrance of him in his past, which I think the reason for that was to show that was him when he hit a wall in his past, and that shows the same possible mentality that Rika is facing in her current state. And then after that we had that little meeting where everyone was welcoming, apart from Aoi and Shindo. Both accepted, but wonder why Masaya accepted. That's not much actually happened in this episode. It's more just a transition from one place to another. It's carrying on. But I kind of got the idea on how this route is going to progress in a sense. Normally, most of the times, routes, there's a set order in a sense on how the routes go. Normally you get introduced to a problem, and during that route you try and solve that problem, and at the end of the route you celebrate and you are happy about the problem being solved and you see the outcome of that problem. So the problem we see with Rika right now is her playstyle and her style, her flight itself, her flying style is too standardized, too by the book, and it's not a style that will go really far in flying circus. You need to create something of your own style. So I think that's probably what we'll be doing, is coaching Rika to improve her style and try and help her grow and get past that wall, while at the same time getting closer to her and forming a relationship. I think that's what's going to happen. And I'm guessing we'll see the outcome of that at the fall tournament. I think most routes outcomes will be determined by the fall tournament. Very interesting to see how they're able to progress. Okay. Other than that, things have progressed slowly. Shion is no longer the president, Shindo is no longer the president. Both have been replaced by their respective members. Nothing else really. Yeah. If I recall correctly, I think the Rika's route is one of the shorter routes compared to the other routes, which is expected. I can see that happening. So yeah, I'm not too sure how long it will be, but it took us roughly about 49-50 episodes to get to the first route. So common route was quite long. So we'll see how long the routes are. Yeah, that'll be it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time.